Hey guys, welcome back to the Mofuu channel. As you guys know, it is me, Mofuu Buns Art, and I am here to be bringing you guys actually a very special video. It's not only a draw with me, but it's a Q&A, meet the artist, and also, as you guys will know, I'm trying to get this video out hopefully by January the 11th. But if all things don't go according to plan, it's okay because you guys should know me well. It is January 10th. I'm gonna have to somehow very quickly edit this video, put it all together, and hopefully it makes sense. So I decided this would be a cool video to just introduce the year. You know what I mean? Like just for my channel. Happy 2024. Happy New Year's. This is the first, or will probably be the first, video that is coming out for my channel in 2024. I am 10 days into 2024, and I can already tell you probably it's a tad bit better. Granted, not as much better, but it is a little bit better. It is, and it probably will be, my birthday, January the 11th. It's crazy to imagine here now. I will be turning 21, so yeah. So yeah. It's I don't know what else to say. Cool, I guess. I'm turning old. I don't know. I had someone like, how does it feel to be old in my Discord? I think it was something like that. I may be wording it wrong, but I don't know. It's a feeling. It's something. It's I don't know. It's aging, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let's get into your questions that you had for me. I didn't get a lot of questions, but it's only because I only posted about me having a Q&A on YouTube. I didn't do it on none of my other social medias, and gladly the Mofuu Kingdom came through, because this is why I love you guys. I love you guys so much. Guys gave me more questions in your question. So the first question comes from Male Doodles 6017. If you can only draw one of your OCs for the rest of your life, which one will you choose? So obviously, if you guys don't know me, well, you don't know me well. I have obviously a bias with a particular OC of mine. Discord would know. My Discord buds, they would know. They would know. Because I either probably couldn't stop talking about him at some point, or I couldn't stop drawing or doodling him. He's literally my profile picture. It is Kiba. Yep. I love my little fluffy redhead son, and I just love him. I love him a lot. Granted, he also gives me pain and sometimes a little bit of carpal tunnel because of his hair, but I love him, and I will probably continue to get more carpal tunnel and pain in my wrist drawing him. So yeah. I hope that answered your question. I'm pretty sure it did. What is my biggest inspiration when it comes to art? Okay, so I try to consume a decent amount of art material, but at the same time, I haven't as of late. So I haven't really been trying to consume too much inspiration, because I've been trying to draw on my own and come up with my own creative ideas, because I know how very heavy reference and reliant I can be when I'm like relying on like a reference or something like that. And so I try to not consume too much, like, you know, different type of art. And in terms of big art inspirations, just pretty much my new Instagram, which is Mofuu Buns. Pretty much all the people I probably follow are literally my inspiration. But there are like literally two that I admire. I admire so very much. It is Linshi, which is fun enough one of my favorite artists. There was a video on my channel, it's still on my channel. It's one of my favorite videos that I edited, not a book review or something related to a book review. I love that video so much, but it was my most poorly received video. Understandable. It's kind of slightly different from like art content, because it didn't really have much art content. It was just me gushing about an artist I admire, and I managed to get something related to them, which was a comic book that they've been working on, and I finally got my own copies. And also another one is Winter Sama. That's what they go by, at least on Instagram. They are an animator as well as a really cool character design artist. I really love their art. It's just their characters are so lively, are so fun, they're so chaotic, and I mean so chaotic. And I love, like, every time I see their like art or their story, it makes me smile. It makes me like, I want to get like them, because they're so good at art and they're so good at animating. Like, I want to get to that point where I'm like, I'm good at both, you know, or at least decent, right? There are plenty others that I do admire. And your last question is, Have you ever had any art block? If so, what do you do to help get you out of it? This is gonna sound very, I don't know, it could be either taken very silly, but I don't draw. I know a lot of people say to push yourself through with art block, but I don't. Consume other things that make me happy. I love watching anime. I watch anime in that day. That day I'm not drawing or I'm not feeling motivated. I have been trying not to get really upset with myself because I haven't drawn that day. When I am watching something or I'm consuming something that does make me happy, I end up getting inspiration while watching that. Sometimes I'm watching an anime, I'm like, oh wow, that's so cool. That's like such a cool pose. I want to do or attempt something like that. And I'll think to myself, I really actually want to start drawing again. Or I end up falling in love with another character, like the uppity time. And I'm like, I gotta draw this character that I'm super obsessed with. Do not look at my Instagram. I am very obsessed with one particular character at the moment. You wouldn't already probably know if you read my Instagram stories. I cannot stop posting him. That's just me, right? I am one person out of the many people who do different ways of getting out of art block. For me, that helps a little bit. For you, that may not help. So I know for some people are like, well, draw something new or draw something that's out of your comfort zone. That could help for some people, but not everybody can work like that. Sometimes I can probably push through a day just by sheer will alone, but there's just some days I just don't force myself. If you're going through that, I would say it's gonna probably be a while before you figure out what makes you happy, push you back into getting into drawing again. The next question we have is from Nevis. I never read your whole full name before until now. How long have you been drawing and when do you get serious about it? I've been drawing since I was very young. Me and my sister used to watch a lot of like random art videos, especially, funny enough, Mark Crilly. Oh my god, I don't know if you guys actually even know who that dude is. He was the OG artist who did a lot of like art of like anime, how to draw anime. It wasn't until I was pretty much in middle school. One day, there was somebody who came to our school to ask us, hey, what do you want to be? And I remember out of everyone who was like, I either want to do this one particular job that's very common, I was the only one who said I wanted to be an artist. I didn't specify what type of artist, I just said I wanted to be an artist. And that spokesperson looked at me and they was like, oh, that's really cool. And I remember how very happy I was when I came up with the answer of like, I want to be an artist. I was like, oh wow, an artist? Really? You think you could do that? Like, I don't know if they actually get paid. That was the moment where I was like, I really think I actually want to do this. I was a kid and I was going in and out of like art. It wasn't super true at that point. Like the seed was sown. And it wasn't until I got into high school around 9th grade, I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm thinking I'm actually serious about art. And that's when I actually started drawing more. I started actually buying more sketchbooks because up until that point, I drew a lot on copy paper. I remember those days. I actually still have a binder that has all of the loose bits of copy paper. Around also 9th grade is when I got my first sketchbook and I still remember it. This is also around the period where I didn't really draw on the back of my drawings. Like when I was like sketching, I would sketch on one page and it would be like the most smallest drawing you could ever see, and I'll be like, I'm done, and then I'll go to the next page and just do the same thing again. So a lot of first early sketchbooks, I did not draw on like the back. It's just one small drawing in the middle. But you know, my parents are actually really happy. They were actually surprised and they were very supportive of me being an artist. So that's something that was very cool. Like I said, not everybody has that sort of support system. My family, they didn't really fully understand like, oh, art as a career, but they were supportive about it. And yeah, I hope I answered your question. Sorry for that long story time. So Nev's next question is basically, when were each of your OCs born? At least Kiba and Snow were created December of 2021. I was just really super hyper fixated on like Snow and Kiba. The next question was, do you have any formal art education or are you learning on your own? I was self-taught and I always been self-taught. I actually wanted to go to an art college at one point. Those things are expensive. And Nev's last question is, if I remember correctly, I think I heard you say that you were in college. What are you studying? I was in community college. I was studying graphic design. So next question is Anonymous Insomniac. Love that name. They ask, how long have you been building these OCs, the story and the world they live in? I assume you're talking about Kiba because he's the only story I already talked about up to this point. I've been working on Kiba since 2021, and like I said, I hope so much one day that I am able to talk about my OCs with enough confidence, not rambling and just what if thought processes. Yeah, it's been almost about 3, very closely 4 years now. So it's crazy to think about that I've been with these OCs for this long. Another friend of mine, this is a friend and also a Discord bud of mine, Ryan, asks, what was the best art advice you heard as a beginner? The best art advice I heard as a beginner? Okay, now granted, I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, I don't do this process anymore. It's not bad advice at all, but it's just because I'm a digital artist. Flow of me doing it is way more easier now. But I remember when I was younger, how much I struggled with it. So I had a very, 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 and I mean very bad way of like drawing eyes. And also my head proportions was always so big. Like my heads used to be so big and their bodies were so small. I did not know how to do proportions right. There was a video I watched. She was talking about how to draw both of the eyes and make them look actually pretty decent. Draw one side a little bit and then draw the other side. So go back and forth between drawing both of the eyes. And I was like, bro, this is such a game changer. What the frick? I was saying that when I was younger, okay? I couldn't obviously curse. Another question is from Kaido Animations, and they was like, what was your inspiration for your OCs? So Kiba again. gotta talk about Kiba. But with Kiba's story is because I was really obsessed with this, like, well, I want to say really obsessed. I was a decent amount obsessed with it. It was just basically like every once in a while I have like a video game I'm like really into, and this is just happened to be one of those moments where like there's mobile games I'm like I'll play for a good amount of times, then I'll stop playing them. This is one of those games where I was like playing it almost probably like every day. And I remember I really liked the character designs. It was really cool, and I decided I wanted to make my own OCs. And I got so fixated on these two characters that I kind of like took them and kind of like made them my own. And then eventually at some point they became like way different from the original initial characters from that game, and that's how Kiba and Snow were born. I'm not lying, that's literally how they were born. I was just obsessed with the game. So next set of questions is, I'm not gonna try to pronounce your name wrong, but M Illustrations, you know who you are and you know your questions. What art piece are you most proud of? There's a lot of art pieces I'm very much proud of. In terms of like last year, it was a Link drawing. I actually was really proud of that drawing at the time when I did it. There was a Kiba drawing I did with like fire explosions. It was so freaking cool. I'm sorry. I really liked it. I never drew explosions before, but I was actually really proud of it. There was another drawing I did with Megumi. It was a redraw. I'm still proud of another drawing I did, which is when I attempted a very, very, very complex background. You guys probably have seen it so many times because it still is something I really like. Granted, I know it's not that good anymore. It has obviously some flaws to it, but I was really proud, and I'm still kind of proud of it. It's this really big atmospheric Studio Ghibli vibe I actually wanted to go for with the drawing. So Kiba, Shu, and Rambo as they're walking down the hill, and I've been really wanting to redraw it for like a while now, but I've been kind of nervous. So I'm like, what if it doesn't turn out all that good? I don't know. I'm kind of getting in my head a little bit with that, but I really want to redraw that again. And to be honest, if I were to redraw that, I am for sure making a video of me redrawing that piece because it was, like I said, one of my favorite pieces at the time. Next question by M Illustrations was, have you ever been part of a cringy fandom? We all have, not gonna lie. A cringe fandom, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was Pokemon for me. I was really, really obsessed. I'm still am. A decent amount. I'm not like super in the fandom anymore, but I still love anything related to Pokemon. You'll be surprised the amount of stuff I've seen and heard in that fandom. It is baffling to me. It's very scary and almost just very borderline disgusting. A very cute series has a lot of scary people in it. Let's just put it like that. What fandom does? Another one was like My Hero Academia. Yeah, that I don't have to describe My Hero Academia cringe. I'm pretty sure you guys already know. I watched the show when it first came out, basically. So I got to see a good amount of the fandom grow and downward spiral. Great. I have not watched the past like few seasons. I'm thinking about going back to it. I really liked it, My Hero Academia, and I hate that, you know, the fandom You know, sometimes a fandom kind of really pushes you off from really getting into certain stuff. Do you have any other plans to be making a webcomic for your current story? Our Fluff Boy. I would want to work on it and get it out by 2025 or 2026. That's not very likely because I'm still very much in a writing phase with him. But I have one that I really want to be able to talk to you guys and finally announce, oh guys, I'm working on a freaking webcomic with our Fluff Boy, Kiba. Oh my god, the day that happened, that'd be so fun. But if you do actually want to see me like working on it, you can always join the Discord, which will also be in the link down below. You can just join our Discord, Mofuu Kingdom. We just talk about random BS, anime, art, my OCs here and there. That's pretty much it. Sometimes we do a little bit of art challenges, and also we have freaking cute emotes. I love our emotes. Okay, our emotes are the best emotes. All right. How many years ago did you start drawing? I've been drawing as long as I've been an anime watcher. To put in perspective, I've been watching anime for almost a decade now, so 10 years. I hate to say it like that because that sounds so very weebish. Oh my god, I sound like a weeb. But yeah, I've been watching anime since I was like really young, and I've consistently continued to watch it even now. It's probably not 10 years right now. It's probably 8 or 9 years now for art. One of the last questions that M Illustrations has for me is, can I pet the Fluff Boy? What? Do you even have to ask? Okay. No, you don't have to ask. Just pet him. It's so fluffy. So fluffy. Pet the fluff. Anyways. The next set of questions, I am speedrunning this. I promise you I am. Fredo May. Welcome back. Oh my god, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for also leaving some comments, you know. So basically she mentioned my favorite artist. I mentioned it earlier, Winter Sama and Feeling. Another one is favorite subject. I assume you're talking about school related. I'm actually a really good English person when it comes to at least writing wise. English I am pretty good at. Career plans. I have a few career plans. So basically it's to get this YouTube channel up and at it, get it kind of active, get the community going, working with my Discord to try to get it right back to kind of like a very fun place. Favorite book if you read? I actually read a lot of manga. Favorite movie is Spider-Verse. I love a lot of Studio Ghibli movies though. Like, oh my god, I love Studio Ghibli. Puss in Boots. She just wrote that and that's about it. Alright, so we're done with this Q&A and we're done with this Q&A. Yeah. It's a very long Q&A. I'm pretty sure I answered a good amount of you guys' questions. Probably a little too much actually. I love each and every one of you guys for giving such awesome questions and being part of the community. It means so much. You guys just do not know the amount of support that you guys give me. It's just like, it brings so much motivation to me when there's moments I struggle a lot with this channel. So for the first video of 2024, it is a mess. If you guys like this video, please subscribe. I mean, it is free the last time I checked. I will be seeing you guys. Until next time, stay mofuu and mofoos.